This presentation was paid for by CGTN. The opinions, views, and claims expressed are those of CGTN and may not necessarily reflect those of CNBC.
Economy, innovation, culture, exploration. Discover the vibrant pulse of China's economy and dive into the rich tapestry of its culture. Embark on a journey of exploration with Meet China. Here, your journey begins.
Hello and welcome to Meet China. I'm Julian Wagen. Today we're diving into China's rural revival, from Deqing County's beauty economy to Lanping's blueberry boom. Then we'll sip our way through Chengdu's thriving indie coffee scene and uncover a hidden gem in Beijing, the elusive Fahai Temple Museum. Let's get started. First up, Deqing County in Zhejiang is redefining rural revitalization with its beauty economy. Picture this: Hanfu workshops empowering villagers, luxury homestays breathing life into once abandoned towns. By blending nature, culture, and innovation, Deqing is crafting a sustainable economic blueprint for China's countryside comeback.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome to this edition of Path to Prosperity, and today we're going to explore how rural revitalization has been implemented in Deqing County, Zhejiang Province, in eastern China.
Thousands of years ago, here in Deqing's Lishan village, there once lived a renowned beauty named Xi. I traveled through time and was reborn here to discover the stories of this beautiful lady and how she had influenced the lives of the local people. Okay, I'm joking. I simply could not miss the chance to dress up in Hanfu and immerse myself in this picturesque landscape steeped in rich cultural stories. Miss Shen, I guess these two are Fan Li and Xi.
Family taught people to cultivate fish, while Xi instructed locals in sericulture, empowering the diligent communities of Lishan to thrive. In other words, more than 2,000 years ago, they were already our leaders in common prosperity.
Shen Yan has turned her passion for Chinese traditional culture into a career. She opened a Hanfu workshop 9 years ago during the early stages of the Hanfu revival movement. Now she's leading local villagers in enriching themselves through Hanfu-related work and activities.
We operate a Hanfu tailoring studio in our local community with a team of over 20 artisans, including part-time tailors. Many balance daytime careers with flexible evening and weekend shifts, crafting garments from home. We offer a flexible schedule. This has enabled our villagers to find employment right at their doorstep.
According to Shen Yan, each of her tailors can earn an extra income of 30,000 to 50,000 yuan a year. Along with Hanfu, Shen has further pursued her passion for beauty, and together with her team, they have been revitalizing local intangible cultural heritages, such as silk flower crafts. How can we transform the soft silk into such a rich flower?
硬的这种花儿哈。
First, we cut the silk threads. Then we sandwich them between copper wires and twist them into such fluffy strips before trimming and shaping them into floral forms. After pressing it with heat, the petals will become very smooth and flat.
Why can a small mountain village give birth to such a popular local Hanfu workshop? The interplay between the natural landscape and the local culture is essential. Deqing's Lishan is the first national-level demonstration river and lake in Zhejiang Province. Can you believe that this idyllic, garden-like resort was built on a wasteland just 10 years ago?
以前这边的时候会有一些养猪场。
In the past, this area housed several pig farms, and the water here was essentially a black, foul-smelling river. Through systematic remediation, relocating the pig farms, dredging silt, widening the waterways, what you see now is the restored landscape. When I first came in 2013, I hesitated to even step near it.
People had to cover their noses? Was it really that bad?
比这个还严重。对，因为地面
Even worse, the ground and river surfaces were coated with a layer of dark, murky stuff. Walking in made me nauseous. I couldn't even walk in. Back then, the surroundings were overgrown with wild grasses, and reeds towered over 2 meters high. At that time, it was simply uninhabitable.
So far, 13 stone bridges have been rebuilt in this resort. some dating back to the Ming and Qing dynasties hundreds of years ago. Which part of the bridge is new and which part is old?
像这部分呢，
To ensure the safety of our guests, the railings were added later. The original walls at the base were moved here from my hometown. At that time, the entire bridge was buried in mud.
I must admit that the environment is truly wonderful. It's the perfect place for people like us, where our rushing thoughts can gradually settle into tranquil stillness. Feels quite good.
If the picturesque scenery draws you in for a visit, the vibrant rural lifestyle experiences might just bring you back for more. This is how Mr. Shen Jiangrong not only found his own fortune, but also guided hundreds of local villagers to prosperity, revitalizing their hometowns.
Before my return, our village was essentially a hollowed-out village for elderly people in disrepair. I came back in 2014. In 2013, I began to notice that many people were calling to inquire about renting houses here. A wave of pioneering urban entrepreneurs flocked to Mogan Mountain, seeking out vacant houses to open their own homestays. The average price for a night was over 1,000 yuan.
Back then, 1,000 yuan could secure a 5-star hotel in the city.
But after thorough research as a native, I knew I had to pioneer our village's first boutique homestay. On May 1st, 2015, I launched 9 meticulously designed rooms priced above 1,300 yuan nightly. Demand exploded. Every room stayed booked every day. Why do city dwellers come to the countryside? It's not just to enjoy rural life. We must combine activity with tranquility.
I joined Shen to explore some local activities. Deqing County in Huzhou City is one of China's bamboo hometowns. Local villagers not only live in bamboo forests, but also embrace a bamboo lifestyle. I tried some of their favorite activities, such as digging bamboo shoots and cooking bamboo tube rice. Let's check again. We're looking for the ones with green tips, right?
The ones with green tips. If we don't dig these up, they'll just rot. Once we dig them up, we can either cook them with pork or make dried bamboo shoots.
All right, let's rescue them.
很多人都问，
Many people ask how long it takes for bamboo to grow this tall. Is it a year or 2? But look, our bamboo grows in just 1 month.
Mountains are full of surprises. On my way to hunt for bamboo shoots, I stumbled upon some wild raspberries. Another first-time experience in my life.
跟我出。
During weekends or holidays, former urban migrants like me would return and visit me. They marveled at how locals now surpass outsiders. I even came to their places to give guidance. Within 2 years, our village's homestays evolved from single digits to 126 of them. I am very willing to share my experiences, including the detours I have taken to help others avoid the same mistakes. This revival is not limited to homestays. You can see that it has also boosted the development of various-sized restaurants in the entire village, countryside cafés, tent camps, and water-based activities. All these diverse businesses have emerged. What has this driven? Employment in the village. It has also attracted more college graduates to start businesses and find jobs in the countryside. Homestay managers have even become a new nationally recognized profession. Local housewives earn nearly 50,000 yuan a year.
Can the practices in Mogan Mountain be applied to other rural areas?
The homestay industry in Mogan Mountain has spread across the country. Each village has its own unique characteristics. You need to explore your own local culture. These environmental spaces, beautiful surroundings, and beautiful ecology, as well as our cultural activities, can truly be transformed into a beautiful economy.
Just as there is no single definition of beauty, each county and village has its own unique characteristics. An organic integration of nature and human ingenuity not only preserves cultural authenticity, but also creates a sustainable model where ecological conservation and economic vitality achieve harmonious coexistence. By embracing diversity as a strength, rural communities can transform their distinctive identities into engines of shared prosperity.
This presentation was paid for by CGTN. The opinions, views, and claims expressed are those of CGTN and may not necessarily reflect those of CNBC.
Economy, innovation, culture, exploration. Discover the vibrant pulse of China's economy and dive into the rich tapestry of its culture. Embark on a journey of exploration with Meet China. Here, your journey begins.
Next to Yunnan's Lanping County, where tiny blueberries are making a massive impact. Gone are the days of struggling with low-yield crops. Today, this berry agriculture industry park is sweetening the deal with rising incomes and steady jobs. It's proof that big change can grow from small beginnings.
Known as Little Siberia, this is Lanping County in China's southwest Yunnan province. At an altitude of 2,588 meters, temperatures range from 28 Celsius in summer to -10 in winter. Every July and August, this quiet land comes alive as villagers harvest their golden fruit, blueberries. This tiny berry has not only transformed the local ecosystem, but has significantly increased the incomes of the villagers who live here.
The Berry Agriculture Industry Park in Lanping County was a key project introduced in 2019, covering a planting area of 1,153 acres, including 659 acres of blueberries.
What are the unique features of this place?
The climate here is cool, with large temperature differences between day and night, and long hours of sunlight, which is very conducive to the growth of blueberries.
In 2019, the local companies switched from traditional corn crops to large-scale blueberry farming.
We used to plant traditional crops like corn and potatoes on the arable land here, which had a very low output value. Blueberry is a high value-added fruit with significant profit margins, which can directly increase a farmer's income by around 30,000 to 40,000 yuan per year.
Different growth models have been developed here that ensure not only short-term gains, but also promote long-term employment. What were the county's goals when this project started?
The first goal was to increase the income and wealth of the surrounding communities. The second goal was to achieve agricultural and rural revitalization through industrial development.
How do local farmers benefit from the project?
Most of the local farmers are ethnic minorities who used to work as migrant workers in big cities like Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, and Shenzhen. After introducing the project in 2019, they began to have three sources of income: rent from land rental, wages from field work throughout the year, especially during the production season, and dividends from the agriculture industry park. We hope locals can live a stable life here without having to seek jobs in big cities. With a stable and decent income here, people would feel happier to live together with their families.
After harvest and distribution, the profits are shared amongst the company, the farmers, the workers, and even the local community, which may receive bonuses. This collaborative approach helps everyone and helps boost the industry. All these freshly picked blueberries are ready to be transported through cold chain logistics, reaching consumers in major Chinese cities in Beijing, Shanghai, and Guangzhou, all within 48 hours. So sweet. How long have you been working here?
Almost 3 years.
How do you feel about the job?
My life is better now, and the income is more stable, about 20,000 yuan a year. So working here is good for us, allowing us to earn money while taking care of our families.
With the expanding scale of cultivation, the small berry industry is becoming a major economic driver for Lanping County. By creating more jobs and increasing the incomes of the local farmers, blueberries have become a symbol of hope and prosperity. This is just one example of the countless villages across China striving to develop beyond poverty alleviation. The challenge isn't poverty itself. The key is that together we can truly make a better life.
This presentation was paid for by CGTN. The opinions, views, and claims expressed are those of CGTN and may not necessarily reflect those of CNBC.
Economy, innovation, culture, exploration. Discover the vibrant pulse of China's economy. and dive into the rich tapestry of its culture. Embark on a journey of exploration with Meet China. Here, your journey begins.
Now let's talk coffee. Chengdu's laid-back vibe and foodie fame have brewed something special, a booming indie coffee scene. From bold roasts to homegrown entrepreneurs, the city's cafés are stirring up creativity, resilience, and a whole new taste of local flavor. It's a full-blown revolution in a cup. Check it out.
This is Chengdu's iconic Yulin community at the heart of the old city. Historically, this place has been a hub for local artists, musicians, poets, and architects, contributing significantly to the city's cultural landscape.
Increasingly in Chengdu, a quiet revolution is brewing, one that blends artistic traditions with modern culture. Independent cafes, once a niche market, are now flourishing. A search on the map yielded dozens of results in this one block alone.
So I decided to go to this one called Rebellion Beans because I think the name is in line with the artistic spirit here in Yulin of breaking boundaries.
So just how rebellious is it? Owner Wang Zifeng studied engineering in Ireland and worked there as an architect. Growing up, he was a child who listened to his parents and excelled at school. So when he decided to come back to China to open a coffee shop,
my dad hadn't even sent me a message for almost half a year. He doesn't understand why I started acting up after turning 30. And my mom said, "Why is your adolescence only starting now?"
It actually all started in Ireland when Wang Zifeng had just a bit too much leisure time on his hands and decided to attend a coffee workshop. He was the only Chinese student, so his teacher decided to give the class a taste of Chinese coffee, specifically coffee from Yunnan province, China's main coffee-producing region.
If I were to describe it now, I'd say it has notes of red wine, passion fruit, tropical fruits with a strong aftertaste. But back then, all I could think was, why does it taste so different?
The short version of what happened next. He moved back to China and opened a shop in Chengdu that focuses exclusively on Yunnan coffee beans.
I want to do something that's entirely my own, not something assigned by my boss or done in the way they want me to.
Wang Zifeng belongs to a cohort of entrepreneurs who have migrated to Chengdu, drawn by the city's booming coffee culture and the chance to carve out their niche. The city's coffee-related enterprises surged to more than 9,000 in 2023. The number of independent cafes now ranks second nationally, trailing only Shanghai. Xu Depeng is a journalist with the Chinese National Geography. For the past several years, he's been working on a coffee geography project.
Chengdu, known as the land of abundance in everyone's impression, is famous for its comfortable, laid-back vibe and its culinary culture. So whether it's locals or people visiting from other places, food and drink are always key considerations for them. This has created tremendous opportunities for Chengdu's coffee market.
Innovative ways to make coffee is constantly giving the industry a facelift. This one, for example, is the latest to turn heads. Here, coffee beans are sold by the gram and sent down a conveyor belt to be ground and brewed, just like a factory assembly line. And this one turns out a surprising garlic-flavored coffee to draw eyeballs. Rebellion Beans has its own loyal customer base, supporting Wang Zifeng's mission of promoting Yunnan coffee.
The majority of China's coffee market is dominated by foreign coffee brands, but domestically we have Yunnan, a major coffee bean production province, which has largely been overlooked. So seeing a shop like this is actually quite touching.
Yet the road is not without hurdles. Price wars between chain stores have pushed coffee to under 10 yuan, about $1.40, squeezing margins for independents. And even in that small margin, competition is fierce.
Among the many independent coffee shops in Chengdu, only about 10 to 20% actually turn a profit. It's a clear example of the 80-20 rule. Around 80% of coffee shops are probably just breaking even. We jokingly say they are powered by love. They are passionate about what they are doing. They enjoy it and they are accustomed to this lifestyle. But in reality, they are not achieving any significant financial gains from it.
Wang Zifeng says he belongs to the majority of this group, struggling to make ends meet.
I don't know where it goes.
I don't know what it will become in the future. So why am I still doing it? Those thoughts do cross my mind. But not doing it just isn't an option.
According to some estimates, China's coffee market is to surpass 220 billion yuan, about $30 billion this year, underscoring growth opportunities for shop owners like Wang Zifeng. For cities like Chengdu, every cup tells the story of resilience, both of the economy and of the people.
This presentation was paid for by CGTN. The opinions, views, and claims expressed are those of CGTN and may not necessarily reflect those of CNBC.
Economy, innovation, culture, exploration. Discover the vibrant pulse of China's economy and dive into the rich tapestry of its culture. Embark on a journey of exploration with Meet China. Here, your journey begins.
Finally, we step into one of Beijing's best-kept secrets, the Fahai Temple Museum. Behind its unassuming walls lie breathtaking Ming Dynasty frescoes, a masterpiece of art and history. But a fair warning, snagging a ticket is an art in itself.
This ancient temple no longer conducts worship or offerings. It is now regarded as one of Beijing's most sought-after museums. Whether it's the ancient cypress trees or traditional Chinese architectural elements, it holds huge appeal for many. And it has even more to offer.
Hey guys, I'm checking in from the Fahai Temple, a real gem in Beijing with a history of some 580 years behind it. Actually, it's not rare to see ancient temples in the city, but this one stands out for a special reason. Its stunning collection of the Ming Dynasty frescoes. Let's check it out.
Fahai Temple has a history of some 580 years. What attracts many visitors nowadays is primarily the 10 sets of original Ming Dynasty frescoes preserved in its main hall. In order to protect them, we have implemented a reservation system. 6 visiting sections are available every day, with a maximum of 15 visitors per session.
I've just finished a half-hour visit in the main hall with all the original centuries-old frescoes exhibited. I have to say that they're really something else, considered the cream of the crop when it comes to the Ming Dynasty fresco art in China. But it's a pity that I can't show you on camera because video recording is prohibited here due to preservation reasons. So I'll capture some of the replicas in another hall.
In the next hall, museum guide Xu Ke provided detailed explanations of the one-to-one replicas of the original frescoes, all themed around Buddhism.
The frescoes in Fahai Temple were created by 15 imperial painters during the reign of Emperor Yinzhong of the Ming Dynasty. They all took about 4 years to complete.
Did imperial painters represent the highest level of painting at the time?
That's correct. Essentially, they used natural mineral pigments.
So, after 580 years, the colors are still vivid.
Extremely vivid.
Is this piece the most important one?
Yes, this image of the Avalokitesava Bodhisattva can be considered the highlight of the Fahai Temple. The thin veil draped over the figure is remarkable. It's large, very thin, and highly transparent. On the thin veil are hexagonal snowflake patterns, and each snowflake pattern is composed of 48 lines. All of the 0.7 square meter layer of veil use these fine lines, totaling about 20,000.
Very time-consuming and labor-intensive.
Indeed. The two murals on opposite walls are called Guardian Deities Paying Homage to Buddha. The gold powder gilding, a difficult skill, is considered a key characteristic of the frescoes at Fahai Temple. The armor worn by the warriors, the weapons they hold, the accessories worn by females, and the Dharma instruments were all created using this technique.
When I see the frescoes at Fahai Temple, I'm reminded of the Yuan Dynasty frescoes in Yongle Palace. I feel that in many details they are quite similar. For example, the long lines and the fullness of the faces and clothing. Is it because these two dynasties ran back to back, so the painting methods are somewhat similar?
The Yongle Palace features Yuan Dynasty frescoes, which are also basically inherited from the Tang and Song dynasties. In comparison, the craft reached its peak during the Ming Dynasty.
You mean, in terms of detail, the Ming Dynasty works are more delicate?
Yes, in Fahai Temple's frescoes, we can see the fine capillaries inside the fox's ears.
This is very meticulous.
Yes, it's a meticulous painting.
These Ming Dynasty frescoes document a part of the history of Buddhism's development in China. For many visitors, their artistic and historical significance makes them a reason to revisit time and again. Li Qiong, CGTN, Beijing.
From rural revival to urban energy, China's stories of transformation never fail to inspire. Thanks for joining us on Meet China. I'm Julian Wagen. Until next time, keep exploring.
Economy, innovation, culture, exploration. Discover the vibrant pulse of China's economy and dive into the rich tapestry of its culture. Embark on a journey of exploration with Meet China. Here, your journey begins.
This presentation was paid for by CGTN. The opinions, views, and claims expressed are those of CGTN and may not necessarily reflect those of CNBC.